Today, top robotics teams competed at the Oregon Robotics Tournament Championship at Liberty High School. And the building blocks for these robots? Lego. Since this fall, 205 student teams of 4 to 10 kids across the state have been working together to create robots and presentations about archaeology. The top 60 teams that qualified in December were then invited to Liberty High School for the tournament today. Student teams work to discover problems in archaeology and develop solutions with their robots, but the executive director of the program says there's more to it than just those solutions.
The regular school day does a great job of teaching skills, and particularly individual skills on focused academic areas. But we adults need collaboration, we need communication, we need to understand that we can make a difference in the world by working with other people, whether it's on technology or in other ways. So it's really a life skill they're building that complements the regular school day and the regular academic programs.
And fun fact, I used to do this when I was in middle school, and today's tournament was also a milestone marking the 25th season for the robotics competition in Oregon. The program is for students in grades 4 through 8 and explores science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Very cool.